Boom, 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 boom. I guess my singing woke up the baby. That was me trying to, replicate the Europa League anthem. But guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dominic Rich. I'm here to do a recap of the UEFA Europa League round of 16 second leg fixtures and let you know who's still in the competition and who's out. By now, you guys should know my team has been knocked out of the Europa League this season by Benfica after the loss on the road, 3-0. I made a video covering that already, a whole long 13-minute or so video, a long sob story. You must check it out. Definitely check it out. But I want to talk about all 8 fixtures, 16 teams left in the competition. Now we are down to 8. So let's do a quick recap of the first legs. Eintracht Frankfurt and Inter Milan played to a 0-0 draw. Sevilla and Slavia Praha played to a 2-2 draw. Zenit lost at home to Villareal 3-1. Rennes upset Arsenal 3-1. Dynamo Zagreb did beat Benfica 1-0 at home. Valencia defeated FC Krasnodar 2-1 at home. Napoli smashed Red Bull Salzburg 3-0 at home. And Chelsea dismantled Dynamo Kyiv 3-0 at Stamford Bridge. So, with those first leg fixtures out the way, still today in my time, today the games were played, I should say. The second leg fixtures were wrapped up. The first one, Dynamo Kyiv 0, Chelsea 5. Like, wow. That was a, demolition act, winning the tie 8-0 on aggregate. We had Olivier Giroud scoring a hat-trick. Like, he is second leading top scorer in the Europa League this season behind Wissam Ben Yedder. He has 9 goals. So, Giroud showing up in the Europa League, not so much in the EPL, but in the Europa League. So he scored his hat-trick in the 5th, 33rd, and 59th minute. Marcos Alonso chipped in with 1 on the stroke of halftime. And Callum Hudson-Odoi scoring again. I think this is his 3rd straight, he's scoring in his 3rd straight Europa League game. So the young kid continues to shine, man. Dynamo Kyiv, the team from Ukraine, failed to reply. So Chelsea into the last 8, Dynamo Kyiv out. Chelsea, as I keep mentioning, they are one of the favorites to win this competition and well-deserved quarterfinal berth. FC Krasnodar played to a 1-1 draw with Valencia. So with them scoring first in the 85th minute, it had late goals in this game through Suleimanov. That would have actually sealed a last 8 position for FC Krasnodar. But Gonçalo Guedes, man, the Portuguese winger, I think he plays left wing, he scored in the 3rd minute of extra time to book a place in the last 8 for Valencia, who's picking up another draw. They probably have the most draws this season, So the Murciélagos are into the last 8 and FC Krasnodar of Russia, they are knocked out. I did predict Chelsea to qualify for the last 8 and I did predict Valencia. So 2 out of 2 right there. Red Bull Salzburg 3, Napoli 1. I did say I was backing Red Bull Salzburg to actually pull off the unlikely and, turn things around. But a 3-0 deficit is really, really difficult to turn around, If they had a goal on the road, it, could have taken the game to extra time, but didn't turn out to be so. But in the end, they could still, take away their pride and say they won this match. 3-1, convincing victory. We had Arkadiusz Milik scoring first in the 14th minute. Then we had Monis Dabor, the Israeli international who, has been on fire this season, scoring in the 25th. Then Frederick Gulbrandsen scoring in the 65th. And the last goal scored by Christoph Leitgeb in the first minute of extra time. So convincing victory in a losing cause in the tie for RB Salzburg, or Red Bull Salzburg, not RB. What am I saying? RB Leipzig, Red Bull Salzburg, both Red Bull teams, but it wasn't enough. They needed one more goal to, you know, actually take this game. Well, Napoli would have won it, even if they scored. They needed 2 more goals. So Napoli of Italy into the last 8, and Red Bull Salzburg of Austria out of the competition. The 4th fixture, the one involving my team, Benfica 3, Dinamo Zagreb 0. Dinamo Zagreb went there playing for a draw. Let me just say that. They were playing for a draw, and I think they took the wrong approach. Benfica, you know, never lost a Europa League fixture at home, and it ended, you know, just that way. It would have been, you know, Dynamo like going against history, going against the grain, if they were to actually pull this off versus Benfica. It could have been done, you know, in terms of the tie, but they would have still lost the game, but they would have won the tie if they had taken their freaking opportunities. You know, Amir Goyak tap in, put it wide, and then Iai Atimwem, you know, not really blaming anybody, but he had a brilliant chance to score his first Europa League goal for Dynamo, and he put it wide as well. Could have been a different game, but we had Jonas scoring in the 71st minute, Ferro in the 94th, and Alex Grimaldo in the 105th minute. All 3 goals were awesome, and the coach, Bruno Lage, you know, deserves some praise here for his substitutions in the second half, bringing on João Felix, Grimaldo, and Jonas. So, Dinamo Zagreb of Croatia, the team I follow this season, they're out of the Europa League, and Benfica are still in the competition. So, Dynamo's under-19 team are still in the UEFA Youth League, so that's still a positive there. So, good luck to Benfica, you know, in the last 8, though. Then, we have a big one, guys. Slavia Praha 4, Sevilla 3, winning the tie, 6-5. This is a high-scoring tie, and I like this. I like this one, but Slavia Praha, wow, I did not predict this one to happen, and they did the impossible. It is because a team from, you know, the Czech Republic, guys, like, come on, defeating Sevilla. This is a team that compete in the Champions League, you know, every other year or so. And for Slavia Praha to do this, this is a big achievement, man. This is the biggest upset of the tie, if you want to call it that. So we had Michael Nagudri. Oh, that's a weird name. Scoring in the 14th minute. Then we had Wissam Ben Yedder equalizing in the 44th. Then we had Tomasz Szuczek scoring in the 46th to put Slavia Praha 2-1 up. And then we had Munir El Haddadi equalizing in the 54th minute to take the game into extra time. And we had 3 more goals in extra time. The first one scored by Franco Vasquez of Sevilla, so they were on the front foot. But Slavia Praha fought back and scored their third, which was an equalizer through Mick Van Buren. And they scored the winner very late in the game through Ibrahim Benjamin Traore. So that was an emphatic finish to the game, and Slavia Praha are into the last 8. Guys, could we see this Czech team win the freaking competition? They are now the darkest of dark horses left in the competition. So bye-bye Sevilla, man. Remember, Sevilla won it 3 times in a row, I think, under Unai Emery. So, it had to, you know, take an upset to get them out. But well played, Slavia Praha. Well deserved, man. Well deserved. Did not lose the first leg and came in the second leg and did the business. Inter 0, Eintracht Frankfurt 1. I did predict Eintracht to actually win this tie. The first leg finished 0-0. Second leg 1-0. On the road as well. On the road. Poor stuff by Inter Milan, man. Remember, they came down from the Champions League Luka Jovic scored in the 5th minute. It was an early goal and they, defended well. Keep it just so. Jovic has been one of the breakout stars this season for Eintracht Frankfurt. We also have Sebastian Haller, one of the breakout stars as well. We have a few more players who have been playing really, really well. There weren't no the Croatian, what's his name again? Rebic involved in today's game. He might be injured, but Jovic, man. Jovic has been the breakout player for Eintracht Frankfurt this season. Remember, I think he had like a game he scored like 4 goals or so. Where will he end up? A big team is going to scoop him up. Definitely a big team is going to scoop him up. Eintracht, they're going to want to cash in. But if Eintracht do qualify for the Champions League next season, I think he should stay with, his teammates and enjoy, Champions League football. Unless he goes to a Champions League club, So Eintracht Frankfurt of Germany still in the competition. Inter Milan of Italy out. Villareal 2, Zenit St. Petersburg 1. Villareal winning the tie 5-2 on aggregate. In this game, we had Gerard Moreno, who's having a great season, scoring in the 29th minute, and Carlos Bacca, the Colombian, scoring in the 47th minute. Zenit bagged the late goal through the former Chelsea man, Branislav Ivanovic, in the 1st minute of extra time. And Villareal, Yellow Submarine, still in the competition. Zenit out of it. Last but not least, guys, one of the biggest turnarounds in, the Europa League, round of 16, Arsenal 3, Rennes 0. Guys, could you believe it? It's amazing. Aubameyang even pulled out the Wakanda mask, the Black Panther mask, and celebrating and all of that. So remember, he used to do the Batman mask, I think. So now he's pulling out the Wakanda mask to celebrate his goal. So Aubameyang scored in the 5th minute, the 72nd minute, and we had Ainsley Maitland-Niles scoring in the 15th minute for Arsenal. Unai Emery still alive after losing the first leg 3-1. This is amazing stuff. Arsenal going on to win the tie 4-3. I told you, if you go back to watch my Europa League video last week, I said Arsenal, they're going to turn this tie around and come out victors. They need to. They need to, because top 4 in the Premier League isn't guaranteed, man. There's a tussle between themselves, Tottenham, Chelsea, and Man United. So we don't know who will get top 4. So winning the Europa League will guarantee you a place in next season's Champions League. So the 8 teams that will be in the draw, I think the draw is tomorrow. I'm not quite sure. If it's tomorrow, I will do a video reacting to the draw, making early predictions as well. We have Arsenal, Villareal, Eintracht Frankfurt, Slavia Praha, Napoli, Benfica, Valencia, and Chelsea in the last 8. Guys, who you think will win this competition? Right now, Arsenal, Napoli, and I have to say Chelsea are the front runners. Benfica looks good. They look good. At full strength, Benfica definitely has a chance. They have some really, really talented guys in that team, man. Rafa Silva, really like the look of him. João Felix as well. The old man, Jonas, still doing well. Pizzi, Zivkovic. The team looks good. Defense, you have Ruben Diaz, Andre Almeida. The team looks good, They had to be good to defeat Dinamo Zagreb, right? So, all the best to all the 8 teams in the round of 6, in the quarterfinals. What am I saying? I hope the draw is kind to you, but you should be prepared to play any team in the last 8. Because if you're going to win the competition, you have to be ready for any opposition. So, guys, that's just my quick recap. If you have anything to add, do so in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for following my Europa League coverage throughout the season with Dinamo Zagreb. Please continue to follow, the videos, not because, Dinamo Zagreb has been knocked out. Continue following the channel if you, love my stuff. But guys, if you're new around here, consider hitting the subscribe button. Smash the thumbs up button. Let me know your thoughts down below, as I mentioned earlier. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad.